Looks like we got some more things and stuff. Let's see what it is. Oh, what? That was weird. Some more inserts. Ooh, buddy. Oh, what is all this? These are from Blaise Blades. Wow. You're the man, man. So it looks like we got a couple different versions here. There's these guys, and these guys. We'll have to take a closer look to see what the differences are. And he gave us some cones. What a hero. These are little 3D printed guys. That looks good. Those are awesome. Dude, you're amazing. 4 little cones. 3 sets of tire inserts. All right. So we've got the V2s installed in these ones. We did the V1s as well. They're a real pain to install. We ran some footage of it, and if it's much different than the V2s or V3s, then we'll show it, but they appear to be very similar other than the lip, so who knows. The lip that's on them definitely makes a difference on the install, and I'm sure that's why he no longer is doing the V1s. So yeah, these are the V2s, and yeah, they're on our RC Lions and our Trail Kings, and we are gonna go do our control tests and our real world tests. All right. And here we have the deadbolt stock, unmodified, and we're gonna find its maximum degree for side hilling. Right now we're at 33 degrees, 32 degrees, and we'll go ahead and raise it until it flips. Okay, and we'll go ahead and do it again. So we're looking at about 35 degrees. We'll just do a couple more quick ones here just to help verify. We'll even move where the truck is. So it really is looking like about 37 degrees, 35 to 37 is kind of the maximum. You know, a lot of it's gonna have to do with how your battery is sitting and just your center of gravity, but that's about max. This will allow you to see the deforming in the tire. Again, these are stock tires, stock wheels. These are the Blaise Blades version 2 on the Trail King MTs. So it looks like about 39 to 40. Again, these are the version 2s. The version 1s did not perform much different, but they were a real pain to install, so. Let's go ahead and do some real up close shots so that you can see the fold. Remember, this truck doesn't have a lot of weight on it. There's not a lot of weight on this truck, so you're not going to see too much. These are the Trail King MTs with the Blaise Blades version 2. See, there's some good sidewall stiffness in there. They're not just folding over. They're staying pretty stiff. Now look at that. That's pretty good. So you can see here the tire deforming, but then we still have a good amount of sidewall. See that? I'm pushing pretty hard there, and the tire's not really deforming on the sidewall. These seem to be doing what they're supposed to very well. They deform on the flat, and then the sidewall is stiff. See, I'm trying to hook it into that ledge on the rock, and it's not folding. And that's me pushing down, but pushing down on the side, it's not folding at all. It might be hard to tell from the camera, but that's pretty good. I can try to do it like this. It's pretty stiff in there. So if that's what you're going for, these would be excellent. They're very stiff on the sidewall where the blade starts. So there's actually a little bit of space in here. I don't know if you can see that? That's just like empty air space till they hit the blade, and then the blade, the outer part of the blade, it's got some stiffness. So you get, it's almost like running no foams for the first, little tiny bit, and then you've got actual resistance in there or support, and then it still flexes down, especially if you've got a heavy truck. Again, this is all stock. But then this, like I said, the sidewall does not flex a lot. You have to push. I'm pushing really hard there, so. All right. Remember, this guy is completely stock, and we have a ton of rubbing because these tires are huge. You don't want to burn up the motor or the ESC or this or that, but there's not enough space behind that rock. So here's Blaise Blades on Etsy, and here are all the other wheel inserts that they offer. They also have some cones. You can see they've got the both 28.5 millimeter as well as a 31 millimeter. And they also offer these different designs. So they have the flat face, which is what we're showing here. Then they have the spiked, and they have basically a cone as well as these center cut, I guess is what they're calling them. And in each one, if we were to go into flat face, they offer different diameters. So you have the 46, the 54, and then they have widths, 15 and 20. So these can fit different size tires as well. So these ones are pretty interesting. I think the concept behind them is a lot of people cut their foams like this. So maybe there's a purpose or a reason why you'd want your inserts to be similar. I'm sure it just gives a different sort of, response to the rocks. The conformity around the rock will be slightly different. It may give you better conformity because you can actually go in between the spikes essentially. Whereas with the other ones, you always kind of have that surrounding band that makes it, they might have more grip actually. I'm not sure. We didn't test these, so I don't know what the difference would be in performance, but they're interesting for sure. Another thing of note is all of the Blaise Blade inserts are $24.95. So they're all $25 regardless of the size or the design. So you can get the largest ones for $24. And I believe the other inserts from the other manufacturer for their large ones are like $34. I believe their Trail Kings are $34, and then they kind of go down from there based on size down to $32, $30, and $28 for the smallest V1s of the slime balls. So I just kind of wanted to show the Blaise Blades in comparison to the Flubber Stuffer slime balls, and just kind of give you an overall comparison. So you're not gonna be able to tell from camera, but in my hands, the slime balls are a little bit softer. They aren't quite as stiff. They are a different material for sure. I'm not completely sure the material type. I think I mentioned it in the other video. They're some proprietary type of material that they're using. Whereas the Blaise Blades are a TPU type material, and they're still pretty soft. I mean, you can see they squish. They've got the squish. He sent me 3 versions to check out when I bought mine. And the first version was the same as the second, except the wall here was solid. Unfortunately, I don't have those to show right now. I showed them earlier in the video when I show all 3 being opened, but I already sent them out as a prize to a viewer for one of our little contests. He got to choose any of the stuff that I offered, and that was what he wanted. So I sent those out to him. But the version 2 has kind of this lip, which makes it easier to mount the tires. And the version 3 has these little slits in it. I don't know if you can see them. There you go. So like right in here, you can kind of see the slits. So each one of the fins with the blades has slits in it, which makes it less stiff this way. You still have rigidity here, but it's a little bit less stiff here. I think everything he's offering on his Etsy now is this version 3. If there's a reason you want a little bit stiffer, and I could see a reason why you might want that, you could probably message him and have him print yours with the solid blades versus these slitted blades. You might not notice a real difference in performance because they're pretty similar, but this one definitely, I mean, I can feel it. This one's softer for sure. I just don't know how that's going to perform different in the tire. When we ran them, it was kind of hard to tell, but again, we're in a limited situation and I'm not trying to have hours and hours of footage comparing very, very similar things, but I can definitely feel it. So if there's a reason why you want the harder one, maybe just reach out to him. I would run these. Just because logically, I think you kind of want the softer conforming side, and it doesn't really change the rigidity of the side walls at all. So you still have that nice stiff sidewall. You know, it doesn't want to flex too much or deform. One thing of note, compared to the Flubber Stuffers, and especially even these V3s that have the extra ring in there, you would expect them to be more stiff on the sidewalls. They're still not quite as stiff as these are, especially the V1s or V2s. The slotted ones are a little more flexible. The non-slotted ones are definitely more stiff. And they're both more stiff than the Flubber Stuffers. So if you're looking for a really rigid sidewall, these might provide more of that. And again, especially with the I don't know what the spiked version that he has, I would assume that that's going to give you even more sidewall. So it's worth looking at. And again, they're cheaper in price point. So it's a better value maybe. It is a hard comparison because they're made out of different materials and they're kind of a different process, and they both function equally well. One of the things I did notice with the Blaise blades, and they're almost the exact same, they look almost the same, but when they're in the tire, you can feel a little bit more of gap in here. And I think I mentioned it in one of the real world test videos. You can feel where it hits on the insert, right? So there's like a lot of empty space until you hit the insert, which is almost like running no foams. So you get a lot of conforming going on there. Whereas with the flubber stuffer, it kind of felt like it fit up into the tire more. There's still a little bit of space in there, but I don't know if it's just because it's a softer material or if it's got a little bit more of a radius here. Again, the thing with the flubber stuffers is they're all the same. The only difference is the ring on the larger version. The larger diameter has the ring in it, right? And the Blaise Blades offers a whole bunch of different options, which I really like. I kind of wish that, and sizes and widths, and you can get custom stuff here, but you have to reach out to them and see if you can make it. Whereas here, they're all made to go. They're all made on the fly. So you order, made to order, right? You basically put in exactly what you need and he'll print it out exactly how you want it every order. So that's nice. He's obviously a much smaller operation and hasn't been around quite as long, but it's the same concept and they work, like I said, they work great. So again, for the price, it's just going to be, it's really going to be, I think, they're close in price, right? 25 versus, well, these are almost $10 more. So in that regard, these are cheaper. When you get to the smaller flubber stuffers, like I said, the cheapest one they have is 28. So 28 to 25, close in price. I think it's going to come down to, do you want a little bit stiffer? And do you want the other design options that he offers? So that's the big difference, really. Other than that, like I said, they're all fantastic. They all performed well. The tire insert concept alone, less about being a comparison to the competitor, right? But this concept of these inserts is fantastic. It performs so much better than no foams, so much better than cut foams or foams at all. It gives you the ability to conform over rocks while maintaining the sidewall rigidity, so you can side hill. The biggest problem with no foams is when you start to go any kind of side hilling, your rig will just slide and roll, and it's horrible. We tried it for a while, and especially with these larger tires, you don't want to no foam these. It's just horrible performance wise. Unless you're going perfectly straight, it's not good. So these are a huge plus. So I highly recommend this style of insert for sure. And again, if you're looking for other outside the box designs, Blaise Blades is your answer. So we hope you were able to glean the information you'd like from the review of these guys. These tires are also pretty awesome. These are the Trail Kings again. All the reviews were done with the Trail Kings sized inserts. You know, you can see the tire size difference from the stock to the Trail King. It's a lot more meaty, much bigger tire. We ran the stock truck with it's a completely stock with just the Trail Kings and inserts, and it performed fantastic compared to the stock truck. So the only issue, obviously, because of the size, is the rubbing, right? There's a lot of rubbing that happens. If you were to cut down the body or lift the suspension just a little bit, you would have a lot of clearance, and just the wheels, tires, and inserts make a world of difference. The Blaise Blades are awesome. We have no issues with them. All the sets that we checked out, you know, they didn't have any real, you know, manufacturing issues, especially for being basically one-off print on demand. They were fantastic. You got a little bit of flash on them here and there, but I mean, that's nothing. That's to be expected with the TPU prints. Again, well worth it, especially if you need something a little bit more custom in size, or you are looking for a special design. I mean, you've got to check them out. They're awesome. And we will probably be ordering some of the other designs at some point to test them out. Because we're curious. We're just curious how the spikes, and then like the double, I guess it's the middle slotted ones. He basically slotted the center here. We're curious how those play out differently. Maybe we'll try to get some more information from him on what his thought process is behind the design of those more unique designs that he got. So anyway, if this helps you, be sure to share, be sure to subscribe, be sure to hit the bell. If you're interested in the Blaise Blades, they're in the link below. Go ahead and click that. Takes you to his Etsy store. Get out there and run your trucks. Have fun with them. You need some tire inserts.